I am here today to speak to you about a project that is very dear to my heart. I have invited Julie Kenville, the president of the MUHC Foundation, Shawnea Roberts, my granddaughter, who will tell her story, and Dr. Vinh, who is a specialist in genetic diseases and disorders.
Philanthropy makes the difference between quality and excellence, to raise the funds necessary to support the brilliant minds to find a cure. I think each and every one of us has met throughout our lives someone who did not get the treatment and the cure that they were looking for in the medicine that we know today. Dr. Donald Vinh, he has the toughest cases in the country. Doctors will call him all the time when they're completely faced with a mystery they can't figure out. And he will always continue to dig and dig and dig until he finds the problem and the solution. Cancer and cardiology, we know is 100% coming back to genetics. It is real, concrete pieces of equipment that are going to change people's lives. We have a fundraising objective, which is $2.5 million, and it is to build this center of excellence, and it is to treat, to identify, to diagnose, and cure rare diseases. This is crazy transformative.
Granddad has always been a philanthropist. As young teenagers, we cousins gave our time and we joined our parents, who were also volunteers at a charity golf tournament raising funds for cancer. As young adults, we worked with children's foundations and raised money for end-of-life care centers, always with intention and always undoubtedly because of the example that's been set for us by our older generations. So I sincerely hope that you will join us on this journey to build a better way to treat the people we love. Thank you.
My name is Shawnea, and I'm here today to tell you my story. For as long as I can remember, I have suffered from so many different types of illnesses, so many uncomfortable days and nights, and so much pain. Always prescribed ointments or creams, and doctors just saying, it's just eczema, no big deal. My mother brought me to countless dermatologists, skin specialists, and searched for answers to save her baby girl from such agony and severe pain. Frustrated to the point where I was ready to give up and just accept this is my life. On the night of May 8th, 2014, I woke up in the middle of the night with an excruciating chest pain. My husband insisted I head to the ER to get it checked out. After, again, countless doctor's appointments, multiple blood tests, and an auxiliary biopsy, the phone rings. I'm so sorry, Shawnea. You have cancer. How can it be? I'm only 25 years old, a mother to a 6-month-old girl. After several years and truly mystified by my case, my oncologist knew there was one person who may be able to help. She said, I'm sending you to our very own Dr. House. She led me to Dr. Donald Vinh. Now imagine after years of highs and incredible lows, years of hope and despair, you hear the words, I will not stop until I find out what.
Current medicine has a standardized approach to investigate diseases. The reality is that there are lots of people who have undiagnosed or rare diseases that sort of defy standardized medicine. Genetics is becoming the predominant contribution to a lot of our diseases. I'll give you an example. Who here has heard of COVID? And who here has heard of the genetic contributions to COVID? Who here has heard that there are genetic mutations that predispose people to getting severe COVID? What we want to do is take the genetics to the patient and take that data back to our lab to be able to complete that circle and get the personalized care. This state-of-the-art machine that we use currently, right now, at the Research Institute, this is what we're all proud of, can measure about three cells. Here's what we could be doing, right? With this machine that's not that much different in size, you can go to somewhere around 23. In fact, you can go to 43, you can go to 83, you can go to a huge number of cells. And then you can pinpoint the exact cells that are misbehaving versus those that are fine. And then you can give more targeted therapy with less side effects. I had a patient sent to me who was in his mid-30s, and he fell down and he had a seizure. And he was brought to the hospital and he was found to have a mass inside his head. They took it out and what they found was a fungus in his brain. At around the same time, from the Sherbrooke area, we also had almost a carbon copy. He had the same fungus as the first guy. The thing about the second guy, though, is he continued to have seizures despite the surgery. They basically said, well, there's not much we can do. We're giving you the best antifungal medication, and you're still having seizures, and you're still not recovered. So at around 37 years of age or so, he found himself in a palliative setting. In my lab, we were able to take their cells and the fungus that was causing them problems, and we said, wait a minute. These cells from these patients, they don't produce a type of what we call cytokine or hormone of the immune system. It's called the GM-CSF. That's the name of the molecule. But otherwise, healthy people produce this. Well, that's great, because it turns out that GM-CSF exists to be used as a medication in humans for unrelated reasons. And we actually got that medication to be used. And we used it in both of these gentlemen. The first guy, I can say, is now about 9-10 years out. He is married, he has a daughter, and he's doing great. The second guy, we gave him the medications. And he ended up doing so well that the government clicked in and said, wait a minute, now this is now 6-7 years later, you're well, you're not palliative, and he lost his palliative care privileges. He's now alive and semi-autonomous. The future isn't around the corner, the future's at our door. Forget about standardized care, that's too old school. We need to do personalized medicine. So we can actually be at the forefront of this type of precision medicine, not just at the MUHC, but also in Quebec and in Canada.
As you can see, this is the future of personalized medicine. We need your help. We must provide Dr. Vinh with the necessary tools so he can provide the necessary support to solve any of these genetic diseases for future generations, from children to elders. Thank you for your time.